In this video, you'll find out what will episode 73 be about? When will we see a fight between the Titans and G-Man? How is the scientist's project directly related G-Man? What's the connection between all the Astro Skibiders and G-Man? Exactly where did the Skibidi UFO from episode 70 go? And most interestingly of all is G-Man and Astro Toilet. This and much more you can learn only in this video, so watch it to the end. And of course, do not forget about the likes under this video. Alright, here we go. To understand what will be in the 73rd episode. To begin with, we need to remember what ended the second part of the 72nd episode. In it, we were shown a fight between Astro Toilets and G-Man, in which, thanks to the elaborate plan and hypnocore technology, G-Man won. But at the end of the fight, when it seemed that G-Man was about to kill Astro Skibidi, intervenes Astro Juggernaut, who covers his fellow and is ready to continue the fight with G-Man. But at this moment, from the horizon comes Speakerman Titan. He immediately begins to attack the new Skybiters, but in response receives a shot, a sound wave of which demolishes Titan. Astro Juggernaut picks up his wounded colleague and flies away. But then the Titans intervene in the battle and prevent the Astro Juggernaut from finishing off the G-Man. Next, a TV Man Titan teleports onto the battlefield. He immediately turns on, at full power, almost all his screens and is already preparing his sword for a crushing blow. But G-Man is lucky, and he manages to dodge this blow and even fly away from all three Titans. But this is just the beginning of the most important fight between G-Man and the Titans. Also, we noticed that Speakerman flew in the wake of G-Toilet, and after a few seconds we can see the cameraman of the Titan, who with the connected arm of the Astro Toilet. And after the phrase, "For Plunger Man," he also flies away, but in the opposite direction, and after TV Man Titan teleports somewhere. It is unlikely that you have thought about it, but most likely the Titans want to surround G-Man from three sides so that he could not escape from them. Thus, they will enter into a battle with G-Man, in which they will be able to finish with him once and for all. And it was for the sake of G-Man's entourage that Cameraman Titan flew in a completely different direction from the chase trajectory of Speakerman Titan. The cameraman will meet G-Man from the front, and TV Man Titan will most likely try to teleport directly to G-Man. But what's gonna be in episode 73? Actually, it's not as simple as it seems, and for starters, I want to remind you that one YouTuber, Dafook, recently talked about 73 and 74 episodes. They will both be divided into two parts. He also said that 73 episode will be released much faster than 72. This is important and worth remembering, because we will touch on it in the video. But back to the topic. In episode 73, we are unlikely to see a wounded Astro Toilet or Astro Juggernaut, as well as this episode will not be related to the simp cameraman or Dafook. Many may think that in this series we will see a fight between the Titans and G-Man, but most likely this fight will be shown only in episode 74. First of all, in all seasons, Dafook always does 3 episodes, and not many people paid attention to it, but each season has its own mini storyline that all 3 episodes are based on. Episode 72 is the beginning of season 24, which opens the arc of the entire season, and it will have to do with G-Man and the remaining surviving Skybiters. Episode 73 will be the second to last episode of the season, and by making the fight between the Titans and the G-Man in this particular episode, Dafook will end the whole theme midway through season 24, and he will have to either move episode 74 to season 25 or make this episode completely unrelated to the theme. Secondly, we already know that episode 73 will be released much faster than episode 72, and Dafook won't do a plot-important episode that shows a 4 or 5 minute fight between Titans and G-Man, so expecting a fight between Titans and G-Man in episode 73 is not worth it. Yes, you may remember about the ecluic information that Dafook shared with me, where it was said that in 73 episode we will find out where Titans will fly, but he decided to show us this scene at the end of 72 episode instead of 73, and it makes no sense to add Titans again in the next episode because we already understood that Titans fly after G-Man. But then what happens in episode 73? Despite the fact that there will be no fight between the Titans in it, this episode will not be boring for sure. And this is evidenced by the fact that 73 episode will be divided into 2 parts, and most likely 74 and 73 episodes will take place at the same time. I also want to remind you that in addition to the G-Man who flew away from the Titans, there are 2 other interesting lines. The first line is the Astro Toilet. The last time we saw it in the additional scene of season 23, and there he discussed something with Skibidi Scorpion, and then, after destroying the camp of 2 agents, flew somewhere, and no one knows where exactly. The second line is a squad of Skibidi survivors with 2 mysterious containers. G-Man flew away from the entire escape group in the exact opposite direction. He did this so that the Titans would be distracted by him and not be able to destroy him along with the 2 scientist projects. But now this squad is without their Titan, and I'm sure the agents will definitely take this chance and start chasing the survivors to completely destroy the remaining toilets. But I'm also sure that the Astro toilets are also interested in destroying the remaining Earth Skibiders, and they must have sent someone who has done this kind of work before, and done it well. And yes, I mean the Astro Nano, who showed us how easily he destroyed the camera helicopter squad in episode 55, allowing the Skibidi Skull to safely destroy the anti-parasite tank. Most likely in episode 73, we will see the chase of a squad of agents after a group of Skibidi Toilets, but in their race will interfere with the same Astro Toilet. After the completed mission, most of the squad will be destroyed by him. And in the end, the NGO will just fly away, because so far the Astro Toilets are primarily interested in the destruction of G-Man, not the Alliance. At the end of the first part, we will be shown the first broken container with the unfinished project of the scientist, and in the second part, we will be shown the project itself in this container. I assume that this project will be able to easily destroy half of the entire squad, but there will also be a counterstrike on this project. Perhaps this project can be paralyzed like the toilet glitch in the distant 54th episode and will extract new technologies for the Alliance. The second container most likely will be able to fly away with the surviving Skibiders for future plot development. But let's break it down a little bit. What kind of project can be in a given container? In order for you to understand my theory, I will tell you a little about G-Man. I have long been stressed by this character. He has always been something that stood out from the usual toilets. But with all this, he could not be fully attributed to Astro Skibiders, and even more so to the character's references as Skibidi Shepherd from episode 72, which is a reference Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. About this you can argue. I have another theory about the G-Man. I think initially he was supposed to appear as a reference from the game Half-Life, because this character is from this game, but then Defuk changed his mind and added him as a full-fledged character. Well, after studying all the Skibidi Toilet series up to 72 episodes, inclusive, I came to the shocking conclusion that G-Man is part Astro Skibiders. As the first fact shows, we all know that G-Man is the only one of the Earth Skibiders who can shoot lasers out of his eyes. Except for him, this ability was shown to us only by the Astro Skibidi from the Extremely Distant Series 5 and the Skibidi UFO from the extra scene of Season 23. No one but them showed this ability without the technology of the Skibidi scientist, and most likely G-Man has this ability thanks to the DNA of the Astro Skibiders. He was artificially created for one purpose, to take over the planet Earth. But why didn't the Astro Skybiters put a regular Astro in charge of taking over Earth? This race was simply afraid that if the land grabbing is headed by someone from the Astro Toilets, equal in power to other Astro Toilets, he would not want to obey anymore and would rebel against all his kind, and G-Man could not do anything to ordinary Astro Skibiders because of the lack of ability to light jumps, so it was him who was headed by the chief of the land grabbing, because he could be controlled. Also, we could see in 29 and 54 episodes, Glitch Toilet, which had the ability to light jump, but could not shoot from the eyes. Most likely, the scientist in this Skybiters tried to realize Astro Toilet. Why I decided to tell you this? Yes, to the fact that perhaps the scientist tried to artificially breed an Earth Skibiders with the ability to light jumps and laser vision without the introduction of technology. And those two projects are Earth Skibiters with the ability of Astro Toilets, which are already the only hope for all Earth toilets, because if it turns out to breed an Earth Skibiters with the ability of Astro Toilets, then the old toilets will be replaced by those modified toilets, over which the Astro Skybiters already have the ability of Astro Toilets. This theory fits very well with, as we can see already, one of the Titans is using the technology of Astro Toilets as an arm. And the scientist Plungerman and the polycephalic has already teleported the other hand of the Astro Scorpion to the laboratory for study, and maybe in future episodes we will be able to see new agents with Astro Toilet technology, as it was shown with Plungerman, who got the technology of the paralyzed from the 54th episode, the Glitch Toilet. That's how I envision the 73rd episode. What do you think? Write your thoughts in the comments, and the most popular comment with a plausible theory I will add in the next video. Well, and at the end I suggest to watch my other theories and analysis. You can watch the analysis of the additional 72 episode, as well as my video about Astro Tuplets. Well, that would be Razmek. I'll see you in the next videos. Bye.